Hey everyone, welcome back to HowTechs. Today we have the LaCie Rugged Mini. This is an external hard drive, and this is the 4 terabyte size, which is the largest one for this particular model. And this is a USB 3.0 based external hard drive. In this case, there's no extra DC power in required. It gets entirely powered through the USB cable. And just to take a look at the box, pretty simple. It's a USB 3.0, which is 4 times faster than USB 2.0, and the key feature for these LaCie is that it's shock resistant up to 1.2 meters, and that is only when it's not powered on. So if it's being used and you drop it off the table, I don't think it's definitely not rated up to this high. And then it's also pressure resistant, so you could stand on it and drive a small car on top of it, and rain resistant. So it's not waterproof, but I guess it's somewhat splash proof. And it's pretty simple. This one is just a USB 3.0. There's no multiple plugs like you see on some of the other LaCies. But basically this is that iconic orange bumper around the aluminum hard drive that you've seen. And let's check out this mini version. So it cracked open. It should be pretty straightforward. We've got the Hong Kong warranty card because we bought this one in Hong Kong, and this one comes with a 2-year warranty on defects, so in case the hard drive just spontaneously dies, I think you can claim it. So in this case with the LaCie, since it's a premium brand, it might be worth actually trying to follow up if it does die. So we have a quick install guide, which is obviously pretty simple. Just plug it in. And then there's some setup software on there, and there's also links for the manuals, etc. And what else do we have in here? Some info on the warranty, so let's hope we don't need that. And for the hard drive itself, it's just right here in the blister case, and it's pretty straightforward. LaCie, and we have this removable rubber edge bumper, and if you pull it out hard enough, you can see it's basically just a regular metal hard drive enclosure, and there's just a USB 3.0 connector here. And one thing we forgot, very important, here is the cable. Okay, so it's this special USB 3.0 connector on one side and a traditional USB-A type plug here. And since this is the blue one, you know that this is a USB 3.0 compatible connector. So if you're using it on a newer Mac, for example, it should automatically recognize it and transfer it to higher speeds. So for this guy, for the LaCie drives, they actually have a wide number of them available. They have Thunderbolt ones, they have USB-C type versions, and as near as we can tell, the only difference on the USB-C one versus this is just the plug here. So if you have USB-C cables because you have, say, a new MacBook Air or a new MacBook Pro, you might prefer that over this one. And in that case, those versions actually also come with a USB-A if you ever need to plug it into a traditional older computer. But in this case, you can, I'm sure, also get one of these that goes to USB-C. So if at some point in the future you switched your Mac to be a USB-C only one, you could either get an adapter or get a new cable to switch it. So the USB-C one is slightly more expensive than this, maybe 10 or 20 US more. So we decided just to get this. And according to the stats, the speeds are actually the same. And besides the USB-C version, there's a larger one which is both Thunderbolt and USB 3.0. So it actually has 2 connectors, and that's the one that you've seen often with the Thunderbolt cable kind of wrapped around. We didn't get that one because it's kind of, I think it's actually bigger. It's 0.8 pounds instead of this one is only 0.6 pounds. But the other reason is that one comes with the Thunderbolt cable like unremovable. It's basically permanently attached into the case, and we felt like that was kind of a bad idea, because what if that goes bad, goes wrong? So in this case, just keep it simple, only have one plug, and there you go, this is it. We're not going to drop it to see if it works or not, if it's shock resistant, but 1.4 meters is something like 4.5 feet or so. So that's good enough to get kicked off a desktop surface or something like that. There we go, we actually got it lined up. So just remember that this is somewhat directional, it's not actually in the center, so you have to get it lined up the right way with the LaCie, I guess, pointed up with the name. Okay, so there you have it, that's the LaCie 4 terabyte one. We're looking forward to trying it, get it formatted and loaded up with all our files. If you have any questions, please leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe, and please check out our other how-to videos here on HowTechs. Okay, so we've got the Julian Play app loaded up, and we'll just connect to our device.